The third day of Hanukkah, known as the Festival of Lights. But beyond just that, it's also the story of how the Jewish people overcame adversity, beat the odds, and held on to their identity. And this year, with the war between Israel and Hamas raging on, the holiday's meaning is more timely than ever for the Jewish community. And joining us now, Rabbi Menachem Creditor from the UJA-Federation of New York and Mayor-elect of New Rochelle, New York, Yadira Ramos-Herbert, who recently accompanied him and other Westchester lawmakers on a mission to Israel. Thank you so much to you both for being here with us.
Yes, for having us.
So tell us about the meaning of Hanukkah this year, because as I just said, Rabbi, this has always been such a meaningful holiday for the Jewish community. This year, when we talk about the meaning of Hanukkah, it seems to just feel different and more timely. What have the conversations you've been having, have they been different this year given what's going on?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, 100%. Hanukkah is always about piercing the darkness with light. And the darkness seems to be just a lot darker this year. And so for children and adults and Jews and allies and neighbors and for all of us, the tenseness in the air is it's something that changes how every night's light feels more courageous to bring.
And you've recently been to Israel a few times, we'll get to your trip in just a moment, but but back in October, you led a group of rabbis to Israel. Talk a little bit about that and meeting a Holocaust survivor there.
Yeah, we had 29 rabbis and Jewish leaders from New York join us on a whirlwind solidarity mission, where one of the experiences that I will never forget is sitting with a survivor of the Holocaust who spoke about her own experiences, her own journey, extraordinary journey, and then used the language of new survivors to talk about the survivors from Kibbutz Be'eri and Kibbutz Kfar Aza in the south of Israel, and then mentioned the hostages, describing in physical detail a young hostage without knowing that the very next people who are going to walk into the room were that young man's parents, Jonathan and Rachel Goldberg-Polin. And so her language both told us that you have to live long enough to really bear witness and remind a younger generation what it is to keep a promise that we never thought we'd have to make again.
And Mayor-elect, you also went and you were part of the trip in November with Rabbi Creditor, yes. Correct? What was your experience like, and what did you take away from it?
Sure. I mean, being able to be at one of the kibbutzes that was attacked, Kibbutz Kfar Aza, and to connect with soldiers who were coming back from the war, really just put this global conflict front and center, and really understanding the pain of our neighbors, of our Jewish community, and really wanting to learn more about ways to ensure allyship for our Jewish neighbors and friends.
Had you ever been to Israel before?
I'd never been. It was a 53-hour trip.
Wow.
Very jam-packed, but I couldn't give up the opportunity to be there in this moment in history and learn from the ground, if you will.
Why is it important for people like yourself and other lawmakers to learn from somebody like Rabbi Creditor and to take the opportunity to visit if you can?
I think in particular, if you're not from the community, I'm not Jewish, I had never been to Israel as we just discussed, but to really learn and understand and hear from people who are there. We were able to connect with New Yorkers who've made Aliyah and live in Israel now, so to really hear their experience and understanding of their concerns just makes me a better legislator and ability to understand more of the issues.
And Rabbi Creditor, your organization's teaming up with shinealight.org, several upcoming events, including, I believe, one on Thursday. Can you tell us just a little bit about those and what you're going to be doing during Hanukkah and during the holiday season?
Thank you. Shine a Light and UJA-Federation of New York and many other organizations are coming together to raise awareness around anti-Semitism, but to do so without reducing the joy and the pride in Jewish identity. And so we'll have events all over New York and actually all over the country, giving Jewish community and friends a chance to come together to celebrate the holiday.
Where do you see, I mean, how do you see this ending?
Yeah. Look, I know my lane. I'm not a geopolitician or a military expert. I'm a hurting Jew.
Yeah.
And for Palestinian civilians, for my Jewish family, especially for the hostages, we're wearing these solidarity necklaces saying, bring them home now. I pray it ends in a good way for everybody very soon. The necessity of the fight, the moral urgency of this fight is very hard on all of us. And I pray for peace, knowing that Israel's attempts at bringing hostages home and ending the terror of Hamas, it's just very hard for us all to bear.
Well, we can't thank you enough for being here and to be able to hear your two perspectives and to hear that they were joined together in this mission is really important, and we're appreciative, and I know our viewers are too, so thank you.
Yeah, and happy Hanukkah and good luck.
Thank you very much.
You take office in January in New Rochelle, so I'm sure we'll be talking more with you.
Thank you very much.